Hey guys, Mr. B, XRP here, and welcome back. Today is October 14th of 2020, and it's day one of SWELL, and I just got finished watching SWELL, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to give you my overview. I'm going to give you some details. I took notes through the whole thing, and I'm going to try and do the best I can. You know, it's my opinion that that Ripple should just make SWELL public online and for everyone. I really do. I really think that because so many people are interested in watching, and I don't think it would hurt their attendance one bit. Last year, 800 people showed up, and I think people will still want to go if they. And I'm so thankful they invited me again for the second year. And if they invite me next year and it's live, and I could stay home and watch it, or I can travel somewhere to go see it, I'll go travel. I want to be there. I want to feel the energy. I want to meet the people. I want to meet the customers. So I don't think it would hurt Ripple one bit if they made it live for everyone and invited whoever they wanted to invite to go. But I think it would be fantastic because so many people are interested, and I just think it's really tough for people to not be able to watch it live. And then I've got to kind of tell you what happened, and then they're going to release all the video, I don't know, in the next day, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to release the video. But anyway, I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, so here's the challenge. The challenge is couldn't do screenshots, couldn't do video, couldn't take you there live. So as I'm watching it, I've just got to make notes. So this is going to be a clunky video, guys, so I need you to bear with me here. Let's go through the basics first, and then we'll get right into the video. So XRP is at 25 cents. Market cap's at 369 billion. Bitcoin's holding at 11,525. Ethereum's at $385. Tether's holding solid at $1. And XRP is at 25.5 cents. And now we're going to jump right over to SWELL. Okay, so let me go through it. All right, I'm going to kind of give you an overview and give you some details along the way. So I hope this is a good way to do it. I really don't know how else to do it. So Gap Kim was the VP of marketing. He did the intro. I've never seen him before, but very nice. He introduced Brad Garlinghouse. Brad Garlinghouse broke out and he talked about what they learned from the current events that are going on. And how the situation has really pushed the need for digital payments. He talked about maybe some potential fun surprises through SWELL. I don't know what that means. It could just mean the music interludes because they had music after some of the different speakers, or he's talking about other stuff. I really don't know what he means by surprises, so don't set your sights up too high, guys. He talked about mobile wallets on the rise. He talked about how many more banks and fintechs were starting to partner together. So I thought that was interesting. He brought up the fact that a third of the world's adults are unbanked, and how he wanted to see the world build a new global financial system. He talked further about needing regulatory clarity by governments, and how the SEC was expressing their policy through enforcement action as opposed to what you can do. And I think that's part of the frustration that we've seen with Ripple. Let's see here. Let me go on. I think I've got more here. Yeah, okay. So Brad Garlinghouse went on to say 70% of governments are looking at building on blockchain CBDCs. He said China was moving fast with their digital yuan. And then for his Ripple update, so here was his Ripple update as far as Ripple and RippleNet. He says up to now they've done 2 million transactions totaling $7 billion. He and I quote, he said, "We have hundreds of customers," which I was like, what's hundreds of customers? I mean, it's time to update the number. So maybe he's going to update the number at some point over the next 2 days, but he didn't update the number. It wasn't 350, 400, 450, 500. It was just hundreds of customers. So I'd like to hear what the specific number is. He did specify 24 customers are using on-demand liquidity, ODL. He also said 20% of the transactions that are going through RippleNet are using XRP. He talked about the people who are using, and I think it was Azizmo, had stressed that they're saving between 30 and 50% using XRP with their customers. He brought up the line of credit And the line of credit's a big deal. And guys, I think it's a really big deal. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more as we move forward. He talked about how it allowed companies to hyperscale, free up capital for companies so that they can free up capital and do the things they want to do with their money and use Ripple's line of credit as opposed to using their own cash. He talked about how Ripple was partnering with RippleX and PayID and the XRPL Foundation and the growth of the Ripple network and how growing the ledger through other means other than RippleNet, how important that was. He talked about how Ripple has the best team and how they're builders, not disruptors. I keep hearing him say this. Apparently, somebody figured out that using the word disruptor in the banking or the financial world is not a good thing to say. So Ripple is not saying that. They're calling themselves builders. He also emphasized they have 9 offices with 500 plus employees, and they're going to rebuild the legacy systems. And he also went on to say how climate change was a priority to Ripple, and went on about that. So that's what Brad talked about up to now. Then there was a keynote speech, and I'm going to butcher his name, and I'm going to try so hard. His name was Mahesh Udamanandani. I'm going to go with that. I'm never going to say it again, I don't think. From the World Bank. This gentleman was such a wonderful speaker, so mild-mannered, so nice, great speaker. So he spoke from the World Bank, and really all he spoke about was financial inclusion for the world, for poor people, for women. Apparently, the World Bank, I forget the exact numbers, but far less women have access to mobile phones and banking than men do around the world. Not to mention, financial status is a big factor. So he talked about financial inclusion, and he really handles that. I think that's his department over there at the World Bank, is financial inclusion. So that's what he talked about. He did talk about fintechs and how important fintechs would be in the future. There was absolutely no statement from him that I heard about Ripple. He didn't say anything about Ripple. He didn't say anything about RippleNet. He didn't say anything about ODL. He just talked about financial inclusion. But he's here at the Ripple SWELL event, right? And we say here, the truth is all this stuff was pre-recorded, pre-taped from wherever these people are. So there really is no here. Here is virtual. But anyway, he spoke. He was very nice, very good. Then there was an award announcement, and they gave an award to TP Bank, got the Customer Impact Award, and SABB Bank, which is Saudi British Bank, also got the Customer Impact Award. And I did just a little bit of research on Saudi British banks. I didn't know anything about it. One of their minority owners is HSBC, so I just thought that was interesting. So they got awards. Then let's see here. Then there was a panel. Chris Brummer, who's a Georgetown law professor, who speaks out on fintech. This guy's great. I mean, he's my vote for CNBC, Fox Business, whoever, Bloomberg, whoever wants to do a digital asset program. Go get Chris Brummer. He's your man. This guy is fantastic. He's the guy. He should be the face of digital assets on TV. I think he's awesome. So anyway, he had a panel. He had David Mills from the Federal Reserve and Ulrich Blindseal, and I hope I said that correctly, from the European Central Bank. And these two gentlemen kind of they talked about CBDCs in the broadest sense they possibly could without making any commitments. When David Mills from the Federal Reserve was asked, how close are we? He really said, and I'm not quoting, I'm giving you an overview, speed depends on what country you're in, is pretty much what he said. He said the United States has so many payment options. We're not as fast as other countries seem to be because they have more needs for additional payment systems. So you have to take all this with a grain of salt, right? I mean, they could say, even if they say they're not doing it, or even if they said that it's not in the near future, it could be done yesterday, right? So we just don't know what the truth is. What they're telling us and what they're doing, guys, are potentially two different things. So you got to kind of listen to this stuff and try and make sense of it for yourself. I'm not trying to build any speculation, but that's what they said. Ulrich Blindseal from the ECB, when he asked how close we are, he went on to say China and the Bahamas are really close, and we know the Bahamas were launching this week. And he said other countries moving fast and okay. So here's what he said. He said other countries move fast and prove success. That will motivate additional countries to jump on the train. So it sounded to me like the ECB liked the idea of other countries coming out first so they can see what the problems, what the snags are, and they could see how these things play out, kind of like a little bit of a beta test, right? And that may be what the Bahamas is all about. It's a small island, and it may be a big beta test to see how does it work, what happens, what's wrong, what's good, what's right about it. So sounded like that's what was going on with them. And then there was an ODL demo. And Chris DeWitt from Ripple, who's really nice, I met him last year at Swell. He talked about ODL. They did an ODL demo, which is something that we've all seen before, and I hope they release it though because it's a good example. And then they did a line of credit demo. Now, I'm going to tell you everything I wrote down about the line of credit demo, but I'm going to tell you I don't have my mind fully wrapped around it, but I'm getting close. Okay. First off, I'm going to tell you I think it's a big deal. I think it's a super big deal. In fact, I think it's one of the biggest deals that they've ever done. And I'll tell you why when I'm done giving you my overview here. So let's look at the line of credit. They had Barry Joseph, and Barry Joseph is the senior product manager from Ripple. Now, one of the cool things was, as they were showing this presentation, Barry was answering questions in the chat. And I will tell you some of the best things I got out of Swell today was in the chat. And I'm sorry I can't give credit to the people who asked the questions because I wrote the answers down really fast and I just don't have time. But I thank you guys for asking fantastic questions because Barry Joseph was there to answer the questions. And after I go through a little bit about the line of credit, I'm going to go to the chat and I'm going to tell you what I learned in the chat, which I thought was really cool. All right, so Barry Joseph went on to explain RippleNet lending. It's a line of credit to RippleNet customers. It's instant lending. That's what they're calling it, instant lending. And I don't know if you own a business, if you've ever run a business, but to have instant lending is fantastic. It just brings liquidity to your business. It's really a cool thing. So business loans, and Ripple said this, business loans are historically between 10 and 20% to businesses to get business loans, okay? And I'm going to talk to you about what Ripple's charging in a little bit. These lines of credit will take 24 to 48 hours to get approval. Once you're approved, you're in, you're good. They only charge one fee, and it's on what's borrowed. Okay, not what your line is, but what you actually use, I guess. And then they have very flexible repayment options. I mean, Ripple has found a way to take that dormant XRP that's just sitting there, right? That money, that value is just sitting there. Now they're going to lend it and make money on it and allow people to run their businesses more efficiently and expand their businesses and do all these amazing things with the capital that they're just sitting on. This is really cool, really cool. Okay, so they're going to have flexible repayment options. Here was the process. They said, get approved, draw funds, make payments, get more, right? That was their thing. Now, there's a presentation. I can't show it to you. I want to show it to you. I can't. Now, I need to watch it a couple more times to understand it. They're going to release it soon. As soon as they release it, I'll show it to you. You'll see it everywhere. It'll be everywhere. Now, I'm going to go to the chat on line of credit, okay? This was in the chat. Somebody asked a question, and the answer was this. Line of credit will require a fee be paid. That fee will be based on an effective interest rate that is set during underwriting. That's when people get pre-approved for the program. The fee will be vary based on duration of the credit extension, okay? So it's going to be based on how long they're going to need the money. Hang on there. I'm going to tell you more about the fee. All right, then it goes on to say the utilized bailment wallets, the send XRP to the, okay, so they're going to use these wallets called utilized bailment wallets, which is where they're going to send the XRP to the companies. And then when XRP is used for cross-border payment, the loan is initialized. And I just have to tell somebody I can't talk to them right now on my text. There will be an instant fee for there will be an interest fee for payments terms longer than 7 days. So I don't know that it's free if you use it in 7 days or less, but it said there will be an interest rate for 7 if you have it longer than 7 days. I don't know. I can't imagine they're giving people free money for 6 days. I can't imagine it. So that's a little confusion to me. But here was the beauty of it. The rates are going to be between 4% and 12% as opposed to 10% to 20%, which is what businesses are used to. That is huge, guys. That's really, really big. Here's what I think of line of credit. I think line of credit is going to bring people to the RippleNet ecosystem that would have never come or might not have come for 5 years or 10 years. They're going to come for the credit line and use XRP. They may have had no interest in cheaper, more efficient payments. Now they're going to learn through Silicon Valley, assuming Ripple stays there, right? They're going to learn that there is cheaper money at Ripple and faster payments, okay? I don't want to overplay it because this is just my opinion. I think this may be a huge moment we're going to look back on someday. I think this loan thing is bigger than we all think it is. I think it's going to be huge because I know how important money is to businesses, and I have friends that run businesses. I own a business, and money is important, and I think it's going to be absolutely huge, guys. Absolutely huge. So let's see what else I have here. Okay, so moving out of line of credit, there was a customer panel called "Moving the Needle with RippleNet," and Kirsten from Ripple was the moderator. The gentleman from Bitso was Santiago Alvarado. He's the director at Bitso, and he said they had 1 million customers in Latin America, mostly in Mexico, getting ready to expand to Brazil. They run an exchange for all you that don't know what Bitso is. Flash FX was there. Nicholas Steger, he's the COO of Flash FX, and they're a payments company out of Australia. He's got the most amazing view, I think, of Sydney Harbor. It was really nice. It wasn't just a fake thing for Zoom or anything. This guy has fantastic view. And shout out to Louis out there, my friend from Australia who I met at Swell, because he had told Nicholas that he had a great view in the chat too. They're obviously using ODL in Australia, and obviously very happy about it. Sigu was also there. Never heard of them. They're a payments company and they do business mostly in Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras. Joel Kozlowski is their CTO. And he said, and this is almost a quote, "Using ODL makes our lives easier, not having to tie up funds around the world." So I think that was almost a quote from Joel, the best I could do on quick notice. And what else do I have here? Network. Oh, there was also a Network Accelerator award that was given by Ripple. D-Money out of Thailand, and Banco Rendimento also won those 2 awards. So they had some awards. And that was it for today, guys. So nothing earth-shattering, nothing mind-blowing. There wasn't any major announcement that we would all love to hear and that we're all sitting by with bated breath waiting to hear. But I'm very, very, very bullish on this line of credit program. I think it's really good. I think it's going to be something big. So let's move along here. I got a couple more things to go through with you, and then we'll call it a wrap. David, okay, so XRP Euphoria posted this yesterday. Sorry, guys, XRP is not panning out. Shifted all my holdings into Pokemon cards, Pikachu, the new standard. And David Schwartz hops in and says he chose poorly. So thanks to David for that. I hope he's healing well with his ankle. Brad Garlinghouse did an interview last night, but he actually interviewed Michael Arrington, which you guys probably need to watch. It was a really good interview. Go check it out. It's on Ripple's YouTube page, and it's toward the end of the video from last night, the UBRI video. It's day 2, part 2. Go toward the end. It's like the last 30 minutes. Good interview. You guys should check it out. I believe Brad and Michael Arrington are best friends. I got to meet them both, talk to them both, and I think Brad did tell us that it was his best friend. So those guys are really, really tight. This from XRP Crypto Wolf. Bank of Japan will start experiments on CBDC in the spring. Japan's central bank governor said it's very important that central bank digital currencies not replace or eliminate private sector payments and settlement services. So we're going to be hearing about CBDCs for the next 5 years, guys. So get used to it. Wow, all you need to know is the digital euro IMF meeting today. It's here to stay. I'm not even going to play this video of Christine Lagarde. She talks about the digital euro and how they're allowing citizens to voice their opinions and their concerns and their needs and all that stuff. I don't think they really care what citizens want, but maybe they do. Let's just imagine they do for a moment. I think they're going to do whatever they're going to do because they're going to do it, but that's their business. But she's always with style and grace and does a fantastic job, and I'm a big fan of hers. Litecoin Foundation posted this yesterday. Happy 9th birthday, Litecoin. That's like 90 in traditional finance year. Happy 9th birthday. That's like 90 in traditional finance years. Let's all head over to Cracker Barrel for some chicken and soup and decaffeinated coffee. It's 10% off Tuesday for seniors. I don't think this is a great thing for Litecoin. I mean, I really, really don't. I mean, I don't even know who's holding it. I know some of you guys are probably still holding it. I held it in the beginning. I don't have any now, but I think this is not, this is kind of funny. Okay, this may be the most beautiful place on earth, guys, okay? I want to play the music, but I can't. I'm going to play a little bit of it. This video was made in Bolivia in the Salar de Uyuni, a place where heaven and earth are said to meet. And I looked this place up after I saw this video. It's a giant salt flat in Bolivia. And at certain times of the year, there's just enough water on the ground, but not too much. That makes it the world's biggest mirror, and it's gorgeous. So check this out. Look at this place. It's a giant mirror. I got to cut the music because they're going to flag my video. And I'm going to keep playing the video. Watch this, guys. And while I'm playing the video, I'm going to read my disclaimer. And I'll be sitting in on second day of SWELL tomorrow morning. I'll do another update like today. I hope it was good. Look at the view, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I hope I did a good job, guys. It's really difficult to do. It's hard to not be able to show things on the screen, but I hope that it was beneficial to you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a central banker, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel by now, you're the last guy. I mean, it's just time. Just hit the button. Go ahead and do it. Just go for it. Hit the little bell too if you want to be notified when I release a video. Share my videos with anybody who you guys might think will appreciate them. Look at that view. I'm going there someday. It's going on my bucket list. I mean, look at that. If anybody who's still hanging in there on this video and is watching this, tell me you don't want to go to this place. Look at that. Now, I also looked on YouTube, and there's a ton of videos that people have taken in this place. So, like, if you want to run it on your big screen at your house or something, if you have a party someday, you can run it it's one of those cool things you might run in the background. All right, want to share it with you. Everyone have a great day. Keep your eyes on SWELL. Let's hope we can get some more interesting information, and let's hope they drop a couple of bombs on us, but we'll wait and see how that shakes out. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.